Hi, I'm Ben Horwood and welcome to this month's Property Investment Market Wrap. Today we're joined by Alex McRae from ANZ Private Banking. Now, we are obviously seeing some unprecedented times in the sales market with enormous levels of growth in terms of pricing throughout Sydney, particularly around the inner west and our city of Canada Bay. Now, how does that affect our rental market? Well, obviously we are seeing as well, due to COVID, a lot of rental decline in terms of the percentages of returns are definitely going down. Rents for units are definitely going down and have been for a while. Houses are extremely highly sought after, but I thought we'd get Alex along today to talk to us about how that's affecting the finance world and the investor market. So Alex, you obviously run the leading ANZ private banking service in New South Wales. Tell me, what are you getting asked by your clients at the moment?
Yeah, good question. We're seeing three main things affecting our investors at the moment. We've got record low rates. We've got a real increase to bank policy fluidity. So banks are wanting to lend to investors again. And we're seeing high equity growth. So clients are looking to see what equity they have in their properties. And coupled with low rates and bank policies opening up again, across the country at the moment, I think there's a 22% increase from year on year investor approvals.
So am I correct in saying it would be a good time for people to have a look at their portfolio, get an idea of maybe what sort of growth they've got, what sort of equity position they're in, and it sounds like now might be a good time for people to be able to look at that and say, okay, maybe it's time to add to our portfolio and go again?
That is the most prominent inquiry we're getting from our investors to date at the moment. We've got rates that are so low that even when you're paying principal and interest, it's as though you're paying at interest-only rates. So you're releasing equity in your property at the moment by paying principal off, and you're seeing equity growth at the same time. So clients are coming to us and asking for a valuation while also getting a review on their rate and seeing that they've got access to capital to go back out in the market and create wealth.
And are we seeing people using the principal place of residence, i.e. their home, as part of the base for this to work on, or are they, quarantining their investment properties, on their own?
We're seeing a lot of first-time investors come out and utilise their own occupied property for their investments. For our more affluent investors, they're using their investment portfolio separate, which is usually part of their tax advice. Yeah, that's right, and it comes to advice from their advisors. For our first-time investors, because of the increase across the board in equity, and the fact that they're now getting rates at record low amounts, similar to what you'd be getting an owner-occupied rate for, it's made it so much more affordable for someone to come out, borrow against their owner-occupied, and get into the investment market.
And is this potentially a reason why rents have maybe softened slightly? Is, the loans are more affordable, there's more people looking to buy their own home as well, that, people looking to rent your standard sort of 2-bedroom unit in a lot of markets that we work within here in the inner west and just Sydney wide, may be a little bit harder to fill than what they were previously?
I think so. I think you'll find that when markets are when the money market is at a position where it is more affordable to go and buy a house than to rent, then yes, you are going to see a trend that way. As you'd be noticing with the prices that you've been selling your properties for in the inner west at the moment, that might be going through a change right now where it is becoming inaffordable for people to continue to keep up with the pace. That's where we're seeing regional movement, so people moving out of major cities and buying south and north of Sydney.
On that, so you're seeing that as a lot of people obviously themselves moving potentially and moving the family, but people investing in those markets as well?
For all the same reasons. So people, during COVID, we saw a change with having to work from the office to now being able to work from home. So that digitisation of work means that people can either rent or own elsewhere. That's an opportunity for owner-occupiers and investors.
And so tell us a little bit about how you can help those people with your, service that you guys offer in terms of being a private banking and a little bit more involved than walking into a branch, for example.
So it's very similar to being a broker, but we're branded ANZ. So our sole purpose is to take care of our customers at a private banking level. We provide the exact same service as a broker would. However, Once you're with ANZ, we manage everything for you. So that's all of your personal and business banking, from an identification check to setting up savings accounts to then doing property reporting and dealing with people like yourself to make sure that our clients are nurtured the whole way through the process. And then when they settle, they have one person as their point of contact.
So what's obvious in the marketplace is that we're going through a very strong period sales-wise, and due to COVID, also the rental side of things has previously been particularly harder with units. We are seeing that starting to change now with a lot more confidence in the marketplace. Prices are very high in terms of the sales, so it is making things a little bit more difficult for people to get into the market, and we're seeing them start to come back to the rentals now. So we would recommend, in terms of investing, have confidence in the future that the rental returns will be there in the next few years. So moving forward, if you're thinking about doing something with your investment property or your home, we'd love to get in touch with you. Also, we would highly recommend that you get in touch with Alex and his team at ANZ. We highly recommend them. We refer them to all of our clients and use them personally. Well, thanks very much for coming along today, Alex. We know you're a busy man. We appreciate your time and your advice, and we hope that some of our investors will be in touch with you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.